discontent against Vijayendra. You know what? It is unheard of in the BJP. Internal rebellions and skirmishes are not tolerated in the cadre-based party. The kind of rebellion which has unfolded in the Karnataka BJP does not augur well, and particularly at a time when the opposition, that is the BJP and the JDS, they are mounting charges of corruption against Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and his government in the Muda and Valmiki scams. But then it has happened, and disgruntled leader and former Minister Ramesh Jarkiholi has publicly said that he shall not accept the leadership of BJP State President BY Vijayendra at any cost. Ramesh said, and let me quote him here, he is too junior and does not know anything about the party's ideology. In fact, Mr. Vijayendra has given the party the label of being corrupt. We will not accept him as our leader, but we accept his father and veteran leader as our leader. That father and veteran leader being B.S. Yediyurappa. It's a well-kept secret that Ramesh Jarkiholi has been publicly criticizing Vijayendra's leadership. And even though he ostensibly did not target senior-most leader Yediyurappa, who's Vijayendra's father, but he did make some insinuations. He said, and I'm quoting him here, after the death of Anant Kumar, the party has not seen any big leader in Karnataka. Instead of providing authority to any particular leader, the party should opt for collective leadership. We should prevent the tendency of party coming under the stranglehold of any one particular leader. So there you have it. As a solution to replace Vijayendra, Ramesh Jarkiholi has proposed what he calls collective leadership. That is distributing responsibility to 15 to 20 leaders, including, of course, himself and Basanagowda Patil Yathnal. But then, Vijayendra is very nonplussed by all this and reminded his detractors that the central leadership, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, National President J.P. Nadda and Union Home Minister Amit Shah, appointed him as party state president and have reposed their trust in him. You know what? Even as Prime Minister Modi is relentless in increasing his party's footprint in the south of India, Karnataka, which has actually been a jewel in his crown, seems to be facing a clear and dangerous challenge. Let's talk to the experts. Professor Chambi Puranik, senior political analyst, is with us, and Dr. Baswaraj Itnal, senior journalist and political analyst, is also with us. A very warm welcome to both of you. Professor Chambi Puranik, good to see you. Professor Puranik, yesterday was Prime Minister Modi's birthday, and I did a special show about the challenges that he faces in the south. He's done everything possible, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, everywhere. But the thing is, somehow, although the vote share has increased for the BJP, he's unable to actually enter, the south of India. Look at what is happening in Karnataka, where the party was so powerful at one time. You've seen it, the trajectory of the BJP, when Yediyurappa and others had actually seen to it that, that the party is right on top. We had even Mr. Bommai as chief minister. But today, look at this open rebellion. They have been targeting Vijayendra from the day he has taken over. But now it is all out in the open. He is ignorant. He doesn't know anything. He is corrupt. They are also targeting the father. What is going on in Karnataka BJP, Professor Saab?
I think Sudha, as you rightly mentioned, that BJP is committing a harakiri, in my opinion, because, see, having been defeated in the assembly elections, somehow in the parliament elections, they performed well, I should say better than what the kind of Waterloo they faced in state assembly elections, so that was one signal for BJP to get united. And these people, the leaders, they are all frustrated lot, I think. See, Ramesh Jarkiholi himself, is not having any particular ideology, but he has ideology of his own personal growth or whatever power that he wants to take. So therefore, his words or opposition, open rebellion has no credibility as far as, my assessment is concerned. Second thing is, Yathnal also, much more serious, and he was also talking against Yediyurappa and his son and family and all that. So that has also not worked. Ultimately, the party is the beneficiary if they are united. If they are not united, and if this kind of whatever the kind of small or negligible rebellion, takes place, it will damage the image of the party. But I don't think the party as a whole is behind Ramesh Jarkiholi and others. They are hardly about 20-25 people. The problem with Ramesh Jarkiholi is he is a person who is ready to win elections in any party. So not
Right.
that. So when he speaks of ideology, he has no ideology. So that means to say, I don't see it as a great threat to BY Vijayendra, because Ramesh Jarkiholi himself said we have a lot of respect for Yediyurappa. Now he is very old. Let the party consult him, but not his son to lead and all that. Collective leadership. BJP is nothing but collective leadership. Only problem is there are people like Ramesh Jarkiholi and Yettal who are always
Right.
there. They have their own self, whatever the kind of area power, and that's why BJP is not taking action against them. High command is very weak in this aspect. That is
All right.
in suppressing the rebellion and all. So therefore,
All right.
I would say this is only a temporary phase. If minus Yediyurappa and BY Vijayendra, I don't think BJP will have the same kind of support in future. If,
Yeah.
it
But
is
it's also, but you know what, Dr. Itnal, if I can bring you here, Dr. Itnal, it's also about perception. You know, the thing is that they lost power. Now you see that, you know, we all know that, you know, the way the central leadership was somewhere very guilty that they took Yadurappa screaming away from the chair. Of course, Vijayendra was placed as the head of the state BJP unit. But this kind of rebellion, I mean, I know that both Basvagowda Yatnal and also Ramesh Jarkiholi are motor mouths. Maybe they talk too much like, you know, Bandi Sanjay in Telangana. But the point is that what is the central leadership doing? What is the kind of message? Because it is pouring cold water on all the scams that they are, you know, actually charging the Siddaramaiah government with. So it is counterproductive, no, Dr. Itnal?
See, as far as optics is concerned, for the political party of BJP in Karnataka, it really reflects very poor. No, it's very, very, very bad optics, number one. Number two, now coming from Ramesh Jarkiholi, somebody else would have said about party ideology and discipline, things would be, could be taken seriously. When Ramesh Jarkiholi, he himself came from Congress, and he himself does not have any inkling about what is any ideology, whether it is BJP ideology or Congress ideology, he has got nothing to do with any ideology. And that man is talking about, after party ideology and after Anant Kumar, there was no top leader. He's intentionally taking name of Mr. Anant Kumar because Mr. Yediyurappa was not in good terms with Anant Kumar.
Right.
You should remember the kind of charges, the kind of criticism Yediyurappa made when he had joined, when he had created the Karnataka Janata Party in 2013.
Right.
Choicest of the words are used to criticize Anant Kumar, and it was no secret that Anant Kumar and Yediyurappa were at loggerheads all the time, not just once, all the time.
Right.
Having said that, especially in the South, especially you are mentioning about Mr. Modi's concern about the South.
Yeah.
Probably whether it is Mr. Modi or Amit Shah or anybody even in Sangh cadre, RSS cadre, doesn't understand the uniqueness of southern states. In Karnataka, they could get a gateway towards South, not by winning even halfway mark of seats. They did not, they never crossed halfway mark in elections. Number one. Number two, and why could they reach even to a position where they could stake their claim to form the government? That is because, not because of Sangh Parivar's ideology. It is because between 1999 and 2004, most of erstwhile Janata leaders, they came to BJP.
Right.
Janata leaders had got nothing to do with RSS ideology. So in Karnataka, BJP's roots are different. They cannot apply the same thing, same formula or same kind of thinking they would apply, for example, in Gujarat.
Right.
That doesn't work.
Okay.
They have to understand the uniqueness of this place.
Right. You know, Professor Puranik, we also saw, Puranik, that, we saw earlier also that, there were allegations that this Vijayendra is actually the mouthpiece of DK Shivakumar. He is hand in glove. He's got all the videos and the pen drives of Prajwal Revanna's terrible, terrible deeds, etc. Look at the pic. There is a narrative which is being created. Professor Puranik, do you think it is easy to shake not Vijayendra, but Yadurappa's son so easily? Is my question to you.
Yeah, and I quite agree with you because without Vijayendra, what is Vijayendra? After all, he is a young leader who is son of Yediyurappa. When you speak of dynastic politics, Congress has no moral right to talk about it. And within BJP itself, no, I mean, as Mr. Basuraj Etnal mentioned, in BJP, the kind of whatever strength of BJP to win elections is because of the efforts of it. You see, he commands about 9 to 11% of votes of Lingaites. Without that, I don't think BJP will have 4 votes. It could be much more. So therefore, now it is an opportune moment for BJP to revive and stay united in case there is a by-election or some other political developments take place because of the court case against Mr. Siddaramaiah and the change of leader. But so many aspirants in Congress, I don't think Congress government is going to be stable in future because the allegations are there, the inquiry has to be held, whether it has to be done or not, the court has to give judgment. And the very fact that judiciary has taken or judge has taken so much time itself shows there is something that's going to happen which is in a very big way a setback to Congress. So
and then that's worse news for the BJP, Professor? Because
that's what I'm saying.
Worst.
Yeah, that's worse news. But if you are not united, certainly you are not going to win that. It's going to be again in anybody's game. Therefore, I'm not saying Vijayendra himself will muster the votes. This is time for BJP to fight against corruption unitedly because they were unseated or defeated only in the name of corruption. So it's the right kind of time for them to take up such issues, larger issues, than saying individual or this leader or that leader collective. The very fact idea of collective leadership, I don't think it will work in Karnataka. It has to be some top leaders and perhaps Vijayendra also. They are jealous of Vijayendra.
Yeah, but
he makes, he succeeds. He succeeds in
I think it's Professor Saab, it's very absurd to say collective leadership 15-20. I mean, there'll be no accountability, sir. We all know this. There is one boss and there are others, executors. That's how it works, particularly in a cadre-based party like the BJP. Dr. Itnal, tell me something. There are also allegations. Forget about the corruption allegations against Vijayendra. Forget about the point that this is dynastic politics. He's the son of Yediyurappa. The point is, he's not even his caste strongman. He's not seen as a strong Lingayat leader. He's not seen as anybody who can actually cut any ice. Do you think not his young age, but his inexperience and being in the shadow of his father will prove perhaps, a kind of a red flag for him?
So the youth, young age is synonymous with the lack of experience. And when BJP appointed Vijayendra, they should know this. And why did they appoint? Because they had suffered huge setback, because they sidelined Yediyurappa. It is their decision. And this language they are talking about collective leadership and the party should not be entrusted with one individual. This is the very language B.L. Santosh and Prahlad Joshi were talking in 2000 in the run-up to 2023 elections, and they lost. This very thinking, very ideology has lost. They lost them the numbers. No, what is he talking about? What is his plan of getting 120 numbers? He is saying in his letter that he will get around 126. What is his game plan? Who are the leaders? And to me, it appears, my mind, it appears as if it is RSS against striking at Yediyurappa. Because the kind of terminology that you see, the collective leadership, one man should not be the commander, and Anant Kumar being mentioned, and Sangh ideology being mentioned, what does it mean? And Etnal has been talking about what? Etnal is a hardcore Hindutva ideologue. And he talks so vehemently, openly against minorities. And that is... and he is posing up to RSS forces. And this is again because what happened is in the last two Padayatras, one for, this Valmiki ST board scam, and another was Muda scam. There were two Padayatras. For one Padayatra, one leader was. For one faction did not come to this, and this faction did not go there. So there is a clear division.
So it's very interesting, the B.L. Santosh factor and also the RSS, the voice behind the curtain, as it were. That's a very interesting theory that you've put forward, Dr. Itnal, and that's why, we always say that, senior journalists and political analysts bring that much of gravitas to any kind of a discussion. Let me thank both of you. Professor Puranik, thank you very much, sir.